You might think of tomatoes as one of nature's little miracles, vibrant red jewels that brighten our plates and bring a burst of flavor to every meal. For years, you've likely heard how they're good for your heart, packed with vitamins and antioxidants, a simple way to boost your health. But today, I want to invite you to consider something that might feel surprising, even unsettling. Eating tomatoes every single day, especially as we grow older, might not be as harmless as we once believed. In fact, for many seniors, this daily habit could be quietly placing strain on one of your most vital organs, your kidneys. Now, I don't say this to alarm you or to take away the simple pleasures you enjoy. Rather, it's a conversation rooted in respect for your body, your wisdom, and the subtle ways it communicates with you. Our bodies, as we age, become a little more fragile, a little more in need of gentle care and attention, and sometimes what once was nourishing in youth can, if left unchecked, become a slow whisper of warning. This is one of those whispers. It's a story about listening closely, learning quietly, and adjusting kindly. I'm Dr. Alan Mercer, and over the decades, I've spent caring for men and women who have quietly battled the challenges of aging. I've come to see that kidney health is often overlooked, yet profoundly important. Let me tell you about a patient I'll call George. George was in his late 60s when he came to me, a man who had always enjoyed his fresh garden tomatoes every morning with breakfast. It was a ritual, bright red slices on his plate, a bit of salt, a moment of calm before the day. He loved it, but over time, George noticed something troubling. He began to feel more fatigued than usual. His ankles swelled by evening, and simple walks that once invigorated him now left him winded and sluggish. Like many of us, George brushed it off at first, too busy, too tired to pay attention. But when routine tests showed his kidneys were under strain, everything changed. What struck me was how subtle the signs were at the beginning, how easily they could be mistaken for normal aging or just feeling off. George wasn't alone. Many seniors experience the same silent signals, unsure where they're coming from and unsure what to do about them. It's why understanding how everyday foods like tomatoes can impact kidney health matters, because the damage, if caught early, can be managed, even reversed. George's story is not unique, but it holds a powerful lesson about the often invisible ways our bodies signal distress, especially as we age. I remember sitting with George one afternoon in my office, watching a man who carried decades of strength in his eyes suddenly appear fragile and uncertain. He told me about his morning routine, the comfort of his garden tomatoes, the simple pleasure of their bright color and familiar taste. It was more than just food to him. It was a ritual that marked his day, a small joy in an otherwise ordinary life. Yet, beneath that comfort was a creeping fatigue, a heaviness in his limbs, and an unfamiliar swelling that he couldn't explain. What struck me most was his frustration. George wasn't someone who ignored his health. He was a man who had worked hard, who cared about his body, yet he felt powerless in the face of these changes. His story reminded me how easy it is for symptoms like these to be brushed aside, not because they are unimportant, but because they are so subtle. Fatigue can be mistaken for aging. Swelling might be blamed on standing too long or a poor night's sleep. And when the causes aren't obvious, the mind can spiral into doubt and worry. In our conversation, George shared a detail that illuminated so much. He had noticed that his usual bursts of energy, the little moments of vitality that gave him confidence, were fading. He once took pride in his strength during his morning walks and the way his body responded to effort. Now, even climbing a short flight of stairs left him winded. He mentioned, almost in passing, that he'd noticed a decline in his intimacy as well. That too was a source of quiet concern, a change that touched his sense of self beyond the physical. This is a truth many men carry quietly. The toll aging takes on energy, circulation, and intimacy is profound. It is deeply personal and often accompanied by a reluctance to share, born from fear or pride. But understanding the connection between these changes and kidney health can be a breakthrough. Our kidneys don't just filter blood, they influence blood pressure, fluid balance, and even hormone levels that affect energy and sexual health. When kidneys are strained, the ripple effects can touch many parts of life that matter deeply. George's story, therefore, is not just about tomatoes or kidneys. It is about reclaiming control over those subtle changes before they become louder problems. It's about the quiet hope that comes from knowledge and the courage to listen. When we understand how the foods we love might be affecting our body's delicate balance, we can start making choices that protect not just one organ, but the harmony of the whole system. This conversation with George reinforced for me how important it is to approach health holistically. We must see beyond isolated symptoms and understand the web of connections that sustain us. The kidney's role in managing oxalates from foods like tomatoes is one thread in this web, but it ties into hydration, medication, circulation, and even emotional well-being. When one thread weakens, the whole fabric can feel less resilient. It's also why patient stories like George's are so valuable. They remind us that health advice is not just about facts and figures. It's about real people navigating the complexities of aging, hope, and change. His willingness to share his doubts and victories opened the door for others to understand that they are not alone and that small shifts in lifestyle can lead to meaningful improvements. As you listen to this, I encourage you to reflect on your own body's whispers. What rituals bring you comfort? Are there patterns you've noticed that might be signals in disguise? And most importantly, how might you begin to honor those signals with kindness and informed choices? Because health is never just about avoiding harm. It's about embracing a fuller, richer life, even in the face of challenges. George's journey is a testament to that, and it's a journey I believe many can take with confidence, supported by knowledge and compassion. Your kidneys do something truly remarkable. Think of them as your body's own masterful water filters. Every day, they sift through gallons of blood, meticulously removing waste, excess fluids, and toxins, while keeping just the right balance of minerals and nutrients your body needs. Imagine a finely tuned orchestra, where every instrument plays in harmony to keep you feeling your best. When the kidneys falter, that harmony begins to waver, and the effects ripple through your entire body. Energy dips, swelling, blood pressure changes, and more. As we age, these filters naturally slow down, less able to keep up with the demands placed on them. Now, where do tomatoes fit into this picture? Tomatoes contain a naturally occurring substance called oxalates. Oxalates are found in many plants, and in moderate amounts, they're harmless. But when consumed in excess, they can bind with calcium in the kidneys, forming tiny crystals that may grow into painful kidney stones or cause inflammation. Think of it like tiny grains of sand accumulating in a delicate machine, slowly causing clogs and irritation. For seniors whose kidney function may already be declining, a diet high in oxalates can add unnecessary strain. What makes this even more complex is that many seniors take medications that affect kidney function or have conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes, which further increase their vulnerability. Hydration also plays a crucial role. If your body doesn't have enough water, these oxalate crystals can't be flushed out effectively, giving them more time to cause damage. The subtle interplay of diet, medication, hydration, and aging means that what's safe for one person might be risky for another. But I want to emphasize this isn't a call to fear tomatoes or to eliminate them completely. I understand the comfort of familiar foods and the joy they bring. Instead, it's about awareness and balance. Moderation can be your ally. If you love tomatoes, consider limiting your intake to a few times a week instead of every day. Pay attention to how your body feels, and be mindful of hydration. Drink water regularly, as if you're tending a small, precious garden that needs just the right amount to flourish. There are other ways to support your kidneys that don't feel like restrictions, but rather small acts of kindness toward yourself. Eating a variety of fruits and vegetables that are lower in oxalates, gently moving your body to keep circulation flowing, and maintaining a dialogue with your healthcare provider about your diet and medications can all make a profound difference. These are the choices that help preserve not just kidney health, but vitality, energy, and the sense of well-being that many seniors long for. What I've seen over and over again is that the journey toward better health is never about perfection. It's about progress. George's story didn't end with worry or defeat. Once he understood the connection between his diet and kidney health, he made small, manageable changes. He cut back on his daily tomatoes, increased his water intake, and started walking more regularly. Within months, his energy returned, the swelling eased, and his lab results improved. Most importantly, George felt hopeful again. Hopeful that he could take control, that aging didn't have to mean giving up on feeling good. That hope is something I want to leave with you today. Your body speaks to you in whispers, through moments of fatigue or discomfort, subtle changes that ask for attention and care. Listening to those whispers is an act of wisdom and respect for the life you've lived and the days still ahead. You don't have to be overwhelmed by confusing information or flashy promises. Sometimes the simplest changes, grounded in understanding and compassion, have the greatest impact. As we continue this conversation, I'll share practical tips to help you enjoy the foods you love while protecting your kidneys. We'll explore ways to nurture your body gently and effectively so you can maintain your vitality and energy for the years to come. Because in the end, this isn't just about tomatoes or kidneys, it's about honoring yourself with the care you deserve. So stay with me and let's uncover together how to live well, age well, and move forward with confidence and grace. Now that we've understood how tomatoes, despite their many virtues, can quietly burden aging kidneys when consumed daily, let's explore how you can protect yourself with practical, gentle choices that don't ask you to give up joy, but invite you to savor it differently. Imagine your body as a finely tuned garden. Every choice you make is like watering, pruning, or nourishing a plant. With your kidneys, this means giving them the best chance to do their work without adding extra strain. One of the simplest ways to support kidney health is to listen carefully to your body's signals. Do you feel unusually tired or notice swelling in your ankles or feet after eating certain foods? These small signals are your body's way of asking for a moment's attention, an opportunity to adjust and heal. When it comes to tomatoes, moderation is truly key. Rather than reaching for them every single day, try limiting intake to 2 or 3 times a week. This shift may seem subtle, but it can have a profound impact over time. It's not about deprivation, it's about balance, a dance between enjoying what you love and caring for your long-term vitality. You might find that swapping daily tomatoes for other delicious, kidney-friendly fruits and vegetables can refresh your meals while easing the load on your kidneys. Think of crisp cucumbers, sweet bell peppers, or fresh blueberries, each bringing color, flavor, and essential nutrients with far less oxalate content. Hydration also plays a starring role in this story. Water is the gentle river that carries away toxins and tiny crystals before they can accumulate. Many seniors tend to drink less water than they need, sometimes due to a decreased sense of thirst or concerns about frequent bathroom trips. But even small increases in daily water intake can help kidneys flush oxalates and waste more efficiently. Consider carrying a water bottle during the day or setting gentle reminders to sip regularly. Over time, this simple habit can become a quiet act of kindness toward your kidneys and yourself. Another important part of kidney health is movement. Gentle exercise like walking or stretching encourages blood flow and supports overall organ function. It's not about intense workouts or pushing yourself beyond limits. Rather, it's about daily moments of motion that remind your body it's alive and cared for. Many of my patients tell me that even a 20-minute walk, taken mindfully, can lift their spirits and help reduce swelling or fatigue. It's a small but powerful way to stay connected to your body's rhythms. Of course, each person's journey is unique. If you have existing conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes, or if you're taking medications, it's important to speak with your healthcare provider before making dietary changes. They can help you navigate your specific needs and tailor recommendations that protect your kidneys without compromising other aspects of your health. Remember, you're not alone in this. You have a team of professionals, friends, and family who want to see you thrive. Reflecting on this, I want to return to George's story. After adjusting his tomato intake and focusing on hydration and gentle exercise, George found a new rhythm in his life. He began to feel more energetic. The swelling in his legs faded, and his routine checkups showed healthier kidneys. More than that, George found peace in the knowledge that he could influence his health through mindful choices. That sense of agency, the feeling that you can shape your well-being, is one of the most precious gifts as we age. I understand how exhausting it can be to sift through endless advice, to face promises of quick fixes that never seem to work. You might be skeptical, worn down by the noise of health trends that forget what it means to be human and vulnerable. This is why I speak to you not as a distant expert, but as someone who has walked beside many who faced these very struggles. There's no magic pill here, only honesty, respect, and hope rooted in science and real-life experience. Your body's whispers are not signs of defeat. They are invitations to care, to listen more closely, and to choose kindness for yourself. The journey toward protecting your kidneys and your vitality is one of small, steady steps. It's about replacing doubt with understanding and fatigue with the quiet strength that comes from knowing you are doing what's best for your future. So, as you consider your daily habits and the foods you enjoy, I invite you to think of this moment as a turning point, not because it demands sacrifice, but because it opens a door to a gentler, wiser way of living. Embrace the opportunity to nourish yourself with intention, to honor your body's needs, and to find joy in the simple changes that support your health. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to share your own experiences or questions in the comments below. There's strength in community, in knowing that others are on similar paths, learning and growing together. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more conversations that respect your journey and offer practical, compassionate guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your story. I'm Dr. Alan Mercer, and I look forward to walking beside you on this path to better health and lasting vitality, one mindful choice at a time. Take care of yourself, and until next time, remember, the wisdom to listen is one of the greatest gifts we have. Honor it, nurture it, and let it guide you toward the vibrant life you deserve.